what was your journey when you started off as a young female architect in Pakistan?
Thank you for the introduction, Atfan. Thank you so much for being so kind. Um, you talk of something like almost a century ago. I mean, this was, in the last century. I graduated and came back to Pakistan and started my practice in 1964. Now, when I went for my studies, I had no idea. My parents had sent me to UK, and I pursued that 5-year very rigorous course for some reason. I had no idea that when I came back, there'll be so few architects, first of all. There were maybe a dozen male architects in the whole profession. There were many who professed to be architects, but they were all really either engineers or others who had got licenses and were practicing. But really, the ones who were graduated and qualified were only very few. And it just happened. I mean, you never know when you're the first one, because I went for my studies long before and I had no idea. And then, I arrived and suddenly I found that. But I think, in a sense, you carry a lot of responsibility if you're labeled as the first one, because you know that you can't really have a misstep, that you have to do everything right. And for me, my profession had been very important because, I was the first generation of professionals who grew up after independence. So really, they were still very much influenced by the colonial rule and colonialism. And myself particularly, because my father had served as, something called the Indian Civil Service, ICS officer. So we were very much steeped into the colonial traditions as we were growing up. And so, there was this whole thing about nationalism. So I knew that I only had to work for Pakistan. My father had told me that we had to have a new vision now for the country, with a new country, and so on and so forth. So that's what I was coming from. And so even today, when a lot of people ask me, what is my international portfolio? Well, I have none. I've never worked anywhere else except in my own country, and I'm very proud of it.